Well, happy Thursday evening, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Mitch, old guy in a drone, and looks like we got a small but loyal crowd to start off with. So, how you doing, guys? How's everything going? I've had some adventures today that I'm going to tell you about. Let me start out by saying hi to everybody that's in the chat so far. I see Joe, Jaybird, at 2:40 this afternoon came in and said hello. So Joe is the winner today, and he was back at 5:30. Jody followed shortly thereafter. How you doing, buddy? Pond and More, good to see you. Cigar Nation Warriors thinks I'm a stud. I don't know how to take that. Pond and More is here. How you doing, buddy? Bob Drone Days, good to see you. And Tomas O'Sullivan is here, and somebody new is here. Susan Lee, saying hello to everybody in the chat. Hi, Susan. Tell us in the chat how you found this obscure little stream and channel, and if you have any interest in drones and photography, that kind of stuff. Interested to find out. Drone Bum, be right back as soon as possible. We will just put the whole show on hold now. Let's see, I got a button for that, I think. There it is. Okay, we'll just sit here and wait for Paulie. Let me know when you come back, Paulie. Nah, we won't do that. We love Paulie. We want him here. Pete Nunez, my buddy from the flying field. How you doing, Pete? Missed you last weekend. I didn't get out to fly, but good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And Carlos is here, and see, he just popped up in the chat, so we'll get him in here in a second. And who else we got? Ed, love my drones. 2 packs in, love this bird. So he evidently got it working. He had emailed me with a receiver binding question earlier, and I don't know if he got it working, but evidently he has a new quad that he loves. So maybe we get him in here later, have him show us a little of the of the footage. Brian BMAC, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. And I think, not sure exactly, maybe from a Drone Channel Live. I like Drone Channels. Good, Susan. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy it, and you'll have to pardon some of my guests. Sometimes they're a little rough around the edges. And speaking of guests, let me bring in the first one. First of all, I wanted to ask you, how's my audio? I have a fan. I have a fan in the background, and I was on somebody's stream the other night, and they said there was a buzz in the microphone, and I think that what they were hearing was the fan. But I got to tell you, between this computer running, creating heat and these lights, and being in Florida and all that stuff, it just gets warm in here. Just gets warm in here. Oh, Philly live stream. Yeah, Susan. Yeah, Mike. we all know Mike. Did I say hi to Arizona Drone Dude? I don't know if I caught him or not. But how you doing, Gary Haupt? Hi, Mitch from Arizona. Hi, Gary. How you doing? Another new person. Well, stick around a little while. We find out who you are, and we'll make you part of the family. Give you turn you into a Smurf, make you blue like everybody else. All right. Definitely rough around the edges, Ed says. Anyway, let's welcome man who's back from the sky.
Some rougher than others. Good evening, Mitch.
Some rougher than others. Hey, Carlos, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Had a full day of flying with drone.
What does he say? We will. I got to read what he says. Oh, new mic test. Oh, hey, Brian.
He's kidding us. He's doing a Chinese.
I know he is. I could hear the whispering.
Yeah.
So back to Carlos. Hi, how you doing, buddy?
Had a full day of flying with Drone Bum. He flew, I think we counted 23 plus packs today.
Holy cow! And he's got to be.
His acro flying is amazing. You like from 1 week to the next. Wow.
With all that practice, how could he not be? That's terrific. And you know, the fact that he's not getting burned out and he still enjoys it is
Yeah, we were there from 8 in the morning to like 2:30, just flying and flying and flying and flying and flying.
It must be nice not to have to work.
Yeah, he is. He's taking it easy.
What about you?
I took a day off. I'll catch up, Friday, Saturday. Actually, I'm gonna meet him again tomorrow. But we had a great time.
Oh man, you got a real bromance going on there.
I got a new girlfriend, boyfriend thing going. I told him today, actually, if he was a girl, I'd kiss him goodbye, but it's not that pretty, not that pretty.
Nah, none of us are, to tell you the truth. Yeah, there's a mental image.
I was going to say, that's going to stick with me the rest of the night. I've got to eat yet, too. This is awful.
I'm sorry.
So how you doing, Brian? How you doing?
Like I said, man, I'm just in here testing this new mic because I've been echoing all over the place. So I said, I got to do something about this. So hopefully
it sounds great.
Echoing. Yeah.
No echoing at all. Sounds great. Well, you got headphones on,
looks
and
like
the
the mic
echoing
I
comes
got.
if you're playing from the speakers, and it
I got
feeds
a new
back
mic.
into the mic.
I got a new wired keyboard, man, because I couldn't play my sim with my wireless. It wouldn't keep up with my fast fingers.
Mm.
So I had to go back to a wired keyboard. Works great though.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, it sounds good. We're all becoming professional broadcasters in our own right here.
I was listening to Geeks of Honor earlier today, and I tuned in just the right time, and I said, well, what's the deal here? It's 5 minutes in, nobody's there. So he comes on. His is the only audio working. 10 minutes later, they get the audio right. It's just everybody has these problems.
I gave Susan Lee a wrench, and it didn't take. So I just gave her another wrench. So, Susan, the next time you post, hopefully you'll be blue. We'll see. So I had guys. I had if I seem a little bit out of it tonight, you guys can just pick up the slack.
You sound out of breath a little bit, actually.
Well, no, I'm medicated. Is what happened.
It's the thing to do
So
now.
I decided I'm going out. Yeah, I mean, this is just life just throws wild shit at you, And this morning at 8 o'clock, I'm going to go flying. So I load up the car, get in the car. I'm driving down to the park. Get about halfway to the park, and it feels like somebody stabs me in the back with a hypodermic needle. Right down in my lower mid back on the left side. What the hell was that? And it starts burning like hell. I said, holy shits, I've been stung or bit by something. And I'm saying, how the hell did something get in there between me and the seat and bite me like that? So I figured, well, I can just barely reach it, so I'm rubbing on it, and didn't feel any bump or anything, and so I figured, well, it'll just whatever it was, it'll go away. So I drive down to the park, and it's hurting more and more and more. It's really painful, I'm saying, and it's getting bigger. The pain is spreading.
Is it stinging or burning? Like what kind of pain?
Stinging, yeah, pain, stinging, and then it felt like kind of almost like a deep kind of, how when you get a shot in your arm, that
like
muscle
Charlie
pain you
horse?
feel. No, yeah, it just a muscle ache underneath
Right.
it. So I said, holy shit, what was that? Whatever it was, it couldn't be good. So I didn't even fly. I turned around and I went home. And when I get home, I got myself a hand mirror, so I could take a look at it. And the big red, the whole back is red like this, but I couldn't see any puncture stuff.
Spider
So I
bite.
waited an hour. I thought it might be a spider bite. So I waited an hour, and it didn't get any better. And I said, you know what? I'm not one for going to emergency rooms or going to urgent care clinics.
I was thinking spider.
But in fact, the last time I went to an emergency room was at 2 a.m. on a Sunday morning 6 or 7 years ago when I had a kidney stone stuck.
Oof.
That's the kind of pain, the writhing on the floor, puking your guts out kind of pain. That's what it takes to get me to go to the emergency room. But I said, if it's a poisonous spider, if it's one of these things, if I don't get it early, it could do some serious. So I run over. I didn't even know where it was. I found an urgent care center that's run by the hospital, whose HMO I'm part of. And I go in there, and of course, I get to the door, stop, take the temperature, wear the mask. I go in, I go up to, I finally found the desk that said urgent care, and I filled, and then they hand me forms.
Oh boy.
Forms.
And my
One of
skin
the
is
forms,
dying here. Can we wait
not
on
only
this?
that, but one of the forms was like spiritual counseling forms. One
Nice.
was a COVID information form. There was 6 forms. I walked back up to the desk. I said, "Sweetie, I just want to have somebody to take a look at this and tell me if it's going to kill me or not, you know." And what's the minimum I can fill out? So we together filled out the minimum. I waited a half hour, went in there. The nurse looked at it. She says, "Well, it's all red, but I can't see any bite or anything, any puncture mark." I said, "Jesus, could this be shingles? Because this
Wow.
is the kind of pain you get with shingles." I said, "Well, I've had all the shots. I shouldn't have shingles." So I waited in that room a half an hour, and the doctor comes in. Great guy. I mean, very knowledgeable, very friendly. Takes a look at the thing. He says, "There's no stinger in there, but you were bit by something." He said, "You're getting a the predictable allergic reaction. I'm going to prescribe this,
Benadryl.
like Benadryl, but maybe stronger, an allergy type thing to keep you from having reaction." So he says, "I'll call that over to pharmacy." He said, "That's going to hurt for a little while, but you'll be okay." He says, "Did you check your car seat to see if there was something?" I said, "No, I didn't look." So I said, "Okay," gave me the prescription. So I leave, I go out to the car, open the door, look down on the seat. There's a friggin' dead yellow jacket.
Tell me, took a picture?
About that big. No, I picked the damn thing up, I put it in a piece of paper, I folded over and right back in there, because I said to myself, he needs to know what it is exactly that bit me to make sure that he's giving me the right drug.
Mm-hmm.
So I go right back in, and I had a little green dot on my shirt that they stuck on there when they took my temperature. So now I had complete and total freedom to go anywhere because I had the magic green dot on me, And so I go in, I go to the lady, and I said, and I put the piece of paper down in front of the woman that signed me in, and I unfolded it, and there's this dead yellow jacket, and she almost had a heart attack. I said, "I need you to tell the doctor that this is what bit me. Am I still getting the right prescription?" So she goes back, and she comes back a couple of minutes later and says, "Yeah," he says, "that's exactly what he prescribed." He said, "And yellow jackets do not leave their stingers behind when they sting." So he says that all makes sense. So the good news for me is it's not shingles. The fun news is whatever pill this is. The sad news is I only have 5 days worth, because this is
Mostly going to be for infection, probably.
He doesn't care. He's feeling good about it. That's all he cares.
two a day for 5 days. I said, so I'm going to have a very relaxed.
Stung more often.
I'm having a very relaxed 5 days. Maybe I shouldn't fly anything too dramatic or dangerous. Maybe I should stick to Tinyhawks for the next few days. But it didn't bite you; it stung you. Yeah, it did. It stung me. I didn't know whether it was a bite or a sting, but it was a sting. But man, it was so painful so fast. It just surprised the hell out of me, and I've never in my entire life have ever been stung by any kind of thing with a stinger. The worst that's ever happened to me is I had a red ant bite on my foot, but
they're pretty bad too.
They're bad, especially if you get a whole herd of them all biting at one time. Yeah.
Worst thing was stung by a lionfish in a fish tank.
Oh, those things are nasty.
Smart.
I understand.
It hurts.
Yeah, I understand.
It hurts a lot.
As the yellow jackets, they are fierce, and people have been killed by swarms of yellow jackets. And
they're
to tell
very
you,
territorial.
here it is. It's evening already, and it still hurts like hell. Not as bad as it did this morning, but I know that it happened. So if I hadn't found that yellow jacket, I would have been.
Worried?
I would have been a little concerned about what it might have been, if they couldn't. But I'm glad I found a thing. And my first thought was to encase it in clear acrylic and make a
Amber.
make a appropriately labeled little
Formaldehyde.
desk ornament for myself.
First thing.
First thing, yeah. No, I thought of something a little more profane for
Oh,
the
okay.
engraving on it. Yeah.
I
So
know the
that
worst.
anyway, that was my little adventure this morning, and I wanted
So
to tell
are
you that, guys, because I am honest to God.
Giddy, are you on your second
giddy.
pill?
No, I took the first one. I'll take the second one after the stream. I didn't take the first
Oh,
one
okay.
until I got home. This took the whole morning. By the time I finally got done with the getting stung, coming home, going to the urgent care, going to the pharmacy, and while I was at the pharmacy, I got my flu shot. So got the flu shot out of the way. Figure if I'm going to get stuck today, I may as well just get it over with. So, the Walgreens down here, they do them under my insurance. It's absolutely free. They encourage you to do it. So I went in there to pick up the prescription. He says, while you're here, you want to get your flu shot? And I get a flu shot every year. I don't have any kind of reactions to them, so why not?
Wow.
Couldn't hurt, you know. And I never get the flu, so who knows if I would have got the flu because of it. But what they're really pushing the flu shots this year because of this COVID thing.
Yep.
They don't want to have to deal with people coming in sick and trying to figure out, do they have COVID or do they have the flu or do they have both? That will make diagnosing things much more difficult. So they're really pushing for as many people. And you can think that there might be some conspiracy theories about controlling us or whatever. I think it makes common sense. If there is an inoculation that helps. I mean, we don't get polio anymore. We don't get smallpox anymore. You know, these things, if they're right, they do what they're supposed to do. And I think this year especially, my opinion, and you all know,
Offer no purchase necessary. Offer valid at participating locations. Void where prohibited. No animals were harmed during the production of this soundboard. Subject to change without notice. Side effects include dry mouth, occasional pig snort or two, sore stomach, teary eyes, achy jaws, and whatever tingles well. Laughing hard.
that I must play that disclaimer whenever I express my opinion. Keeps me out of legal trouble. My opinion is it couldn't hurt to get the flu shot unless you know that you have bad reactions to them, because it just takes it gives you a 50% shot of taking one variable out of the equation should you get sick. Anyway,
I have never gotten a flu shot so far. Thank God.
Mitch.
No flu.
No? No flu.
No flu, no flu
Did
shot.
you get when you were a kid? Did you get a smallpox vaccination?
Maybe, probably. I'm not sure.
Don't you have a scar? Don't you have a scar
Oh, no.
on your arm?
No scar.
No. Polio shot?
I'd have to ask my mom.
Oh wow. All I can tell you. Cigar Nation Warrior says he has shingles and it's a bitch. Man, I've known some people that had shingles. In fact,
hear
the
it's
guy across the
painful.
street. Painful. You have no idea. Feels like somebody's holding. They tell me it feels like somebody's holding a blowtorch on your skin.
What is it, like a
just that kind of
scabbing
pain.
of your skin? Like a hardening or scabbing?
It's
I don't know.
it's a virus. It's a virus related to chickenpox, herpes, along those lines, and it's miserable. It incapacitates you for up to 2-3 months, from what I've seen. The guy
Wow.
across the street from me was absolutely bedridden with that. He couldn't even hardly leave the house for a couple of months, and he come wandering out to get his mail
That's
in his
scary.
bathrobe, and he looked like he was wishing he was dead. And he said there's nothing they can do for the pain that really helps.
Morphine.
The next day I'm standing in line over at the VA saying, shingles shot right here, put it right there, shingles shot. I want one, and because it's the one shot I hadn't had. So no, they say it's very very
yeah.
bad, very bad.
So
that was,
wondering if it's an STD.
No, it's not an STD.
Mr. Baduga FTV has joined us from
Hey, Baduga,
Portugal.
how you doing? Who else did I miss? Did I miss anybody who came in?
No,
I see we
I've
got a
been
few
watching.
more viewers.
Cigar Nation, Drone Shots.
Drones
Susan
or
Lee.
Eagles? Hey guys, how you doing?
Cigar
Drones or
Nation
Eagles?
apparently thinks you're a stud. I think I read that somewhere. Yeah.
I saw that earlier, and I don't know how to take that.
Professor Dude
I
Stud,
really don't-
Professor Stud
don't-
Dude. I'm not sure.
I'm too old for that. Number one, I never did go that way. But well, I guess you can be a stud for the ladies too.
Yeah, why not?
Wow.
Studley.
Wow.
That's
Hey,
cool.
Mitch, what do you think of this? The mayor here in Houston has a new
Yeah.
edict out. They, you know those trace contact people?
Yes.
You've heard of
I've
those?
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they're going to do now? They're taking them. They're giving them a new duty. They're
Uh-oh.
going to randomly go to people's houses and check them for COVID. Random. No,
Really?
no. Just like we're here too, and they're not calling you or nothing.
Goodbye.
Well, do you have the right to
Fourth Amendment,
refuse?
yeah. Fourth
course
Amendment
you
gives you
do.
that right.
Yeah,
But I'm
so,
not
so
saying no.
listen, you're not. But on the other hand, if somebody came to my door and said, we're here to give you a COVID test if you want one, I'd say absolutely, because it saved me the trouble having to go somewhere to get it. So I don't know if that's a bad thing. It would be a bad thing if they came with two policemen and forced it on you. But
Yeah,
if they're just,
that's my whole thing too. Is if I wanted to do it, I would go do it. I don't need you coming to my door, especially unannounced, and just saying, "Hey, we're here
Well-
to do a check on you." No, I don't think so.
You don't even have to let.
I don't want to get
get.
get into what is Mikey here? Philly Drone Life. I see wowzers. Hey, Mikey, who's he talking about?
I don't know. Anyway, real quick, Drones Are Eagles has joined the chat, saying hello to everyone.
I see that, but I don't see everybody's talking to Mikey. I don't see Mike in here.
No, he's not. Here.
He's just giving a wowzers.
I think Susan
Oh,
Lee is
okay,
taking some of
okay.
those drugs that you're taking.
I don't listen. I don't want to get into politics. You all know how I get, and God knows what I might say.
You know what I would like to talk
Doped
about?
up like I am. I'd like to talk about that care
Antennas.
package I got from you.
We can talk about that. Does it make
If you
any
want,
sense?
I mean, if you want to, I have a lot of questions, and if you want to,
Yeah.
if you don't mind doing it online, we'll do it. If not, we'll do it on the phone.
I want to do one thing also. Let me get
Oh,
something.
okay.
Hold on.
But while we're on the politics thing, I want to show you guys something that I found. Just to show you. I mean, this is something that
I
just
saw that.
torqued me off. And basically, if you can't read it, it says, "Actors needed, Phoenix Convention Center. Actors help needed for event tomorrow from 2 to 11 p.m. $15 an hour. Duties include protest activity and holding signs that are anti-Trump. Minorities welcome and needed, looking to fill 500 spots."
Who's paying for that is what I want to know.
You know, all the usual suspects, Soros and all of his
pretty
PACs,
amazing.
and the Democrats. Who do you think's paying for this stuff? The Democrats are paying. These protests aren't real. They're
there a
all
phone number to
staged.
call?
They're all staged. They are.
I was going to say I could
are-
use some money.
They are flying plane
I know.
loads full of mercenaries into these things to shoot up people and shoot up stores and burn places. And it's got nothing to do with protests. These people that are doing this don't even know why they're doing it, you know. But
This-
it's
this
disgusting.
one
It's
protester-
absolutely.
This one protester in Portland got himself arrested, got himself released a day later on bail or whatever, got himself rearrested 2 days later in somewhere in Kentucky, Louisville or St. Louis or one of those. I can't believe it. And that's what they're doing. What a way to make a living.
Well, I just wanted to show that because, if anybody happens to be naive enough, and I don't think many of my audience people are, to believe that any of this stuff is real, I don't have a big soapbox, but they need to be, this stuff. Hopefully, people are gonna get the right idea, and that's it. That's for politics. Let's not go there. There's enough of that on the
My
internet.
questions for you, sort of little questions. All right, the regular antenna that comes with the FXT goggle, right? Is this a dipole? Is it a linear? What would you consider this antenna?
It's a dipole. It's a dipole.
These antennas, same thing.
They're circular. They're
Omnidirectional?
circular polarized.
Okay, so this radiates this way. Doesn't this one do the same?
Left and right hand.
What do these do differently? How's that?
Okay, let's put it this way. If you're flying a Tinyhawk 2 that has a dipole on it that sticks it up like that, use the dipole to receive it. That's going to get your best signal. If you put a circular polarized on your quad, then use a circular polarized to receive it, but use the same left hand or right hand. Okay. Because what those things are designed to do, the circular polarized antennas are designed to to counteract the signals that bounce off of things. Multipath, what they call multipath. You know what multipath is? Multipath
more
is you
than
got.
one, it
Yeah,
bounces.
you remember your old TV sets way back in the old days when you used to get ghost images? You'd see the real picture, and then 3 inches to the right, you'd see a ghost of it.
Right.
That's multipath. That's because you're receiving the signal from the TV station antenna, and then somewhere that signal's bouncing off something really hard and bouncing back towards you, and you're receiving the same signal a couple of microseconds later. And in those couple of microseconds, the TV has scanned to the right, and you're going to see the ghost image. It's going to be weaker, and we have the same thing with the quads. So when you're flying out in the middle of an open field and there's nothing around, you don't really have much multipath. But when you fly in a bando or an underground garage with all that concrete,
Right.
you're gonna get that. So the polarized antennas will receive the main signal but reject the multipath. Okay.
Gotcha.
And that's where they benefit. Now, for some reason, the way the DJI stuff is set up, it really is very, very good at rejecting multipath. Because it's all digital, you don't get any of that. So these guys are flying in the underground garages with their DJI stuff, getting zero ghosting or breakup or anything. In fact, it's absolutely amazing, the system that they have. Oh, Drone Bum says I can start now.
Yeah. And the mic they were talking about was Mike Nitrate. He was in there. And Michael McReynolds.
Oh, Mike
also just
Nitrate.
joined us.
Oh, okay. Hi,
Michael
Mike.
McReynolds joined us.
And
yes,
Michael
Drone Bum,
McReynolds, another Mike.
Drone Bum gives you his blessings to start.
My blessings to start. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let's get this thing rolling now. half an hour in. Okay. So, yeah,
You wanna
Carlos,
go
I
through
want
that
to.
stuff? Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
I want to go through. I want to just a little bit, just to give me
Yeah.
a little clue. What it? I already looked at it. I've been very busy this week, and of course
That's okay. Yeah.
got assaulted by a yellow jacket this morning. That didn't help me much. But I looked through it, and I have a couple of cursors.
Did you
I
see
didn't
my
plug
notes?
any of it in yet.
Did you
Yeah.
see my- okay.
Yeah, I saw your notes scribbled
With
all over
scratch?
the outside of an envelope, around the sides, over the top.
That's what I figured I'd call you, or if you
Yeah,
had questions, we'd
yeah.
talk.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. I did
Yeah.
want to do one thing tonight. I want after the thorough and complete trashing, if you remember, that I gave that vendor Heli Nation.
Mm.
If you know the reason that I'm now known as
The dude.
Professor Dude.
Yes.
If you remember the big ass deal I made out of that, I want to do the opposite tonight, and I want to give a good shout out to Race Day Quads, RDQ. You like them because you give them a tip and they send you candy.
But okay. They will.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I bought this. I built this. Built this.
Right.
Ready to go fly it. Take it out to the flying field, and the camera. Plug it in, and the camera's coming and going. It ain't working right. So I said, no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to take it home, check it out. Maybe one of the wires is bad. You'll notice there's no camera in it right now. And so I bring it home, and it's a Foxeer camera, and it's got, how some cameras have their own built-in OSD line on the bottom, and you want to
Right.
get rid of it, and they give you the little programming keypad. Well, I had gotten rid of the line, and it worked. And now all of a sudden the line was back of code. And I said, well, Jesus, what happened? It forgot the way I said it, and it's intermittent. There's something wrong with it. So I plugged the little keypad in, and it wouldn't work.
Mm.
It didn't work. The buttons, you had to press, the wrong buttons did the wrong things. So only one button worked, and the other buttons did nothing. So I had bought it from Race Day Quads about a week before. It's a little Foxeer, what do they call it? The toothless nano 1/2 inch sensor. It's a starlight camera, almost see in the dark camera. It's really supposed to be, from what I've seen, a tremendous camera, and it costs $27. So I wrote them a support email, and I said, described the problem. So I get an email back from them and said, send us some pictures and a video.
I hate that part.
I do too, but I'm going to show you the video that I sent them here. Now, I might have sounded a little unhappy because this happened today, this afternoon, and I wasn't feeling too well. And now I'm making videos to get a $27 camera fixed, and I'm looking forward to having to go through a gauntlet that I wouldn't do if somebody paid me $100. You know what I mean? So I'm pissed to start with. So at any rate, here's the video that and don't take my cue as think in any way that I'm telling you guys how to deal with customer service. But you'll tell that I wasn't all that happy. I got the little. Oops, I got an echo. Hang on. Let me get rid of that real quick. I will be right back. I have to turn that off. Okay. Here we go. Control unit hooked up to it. I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to plug in the battery. Okay, I plugged in the battery. I've got the little monitor right here, and it comes up, and you can see that camera is working. All right, now I'm going to try to show you this at the same time as I'm pushing the buttons. Okay, so here's the control unit, and this is the top. The center button is supposed to change it into the menu. I push the center button, nothing happens. If I push the left button, I get what the center button should have done.
You're going to
If
like
I
the
push
Tinyhawk
the up or
too.
down
Sure.
buttons, they don't do anything. If I push the left button again, it takes you into a menu. So the left button is acting like the center button. Now, I have many
I'm a
Foxeer
studly
cameras,
reader.
and I tried another one of these things, and it does exactly the same thing. There is a problem with this camera. It's brand new. I just need it replaced, okay? I'm not going to keep sending you stuff like this. So please just replace it.
Make it
Tell me
happen.
where to send it back for a refund, whatever. I hope that shows you what you need to see. I don't have time for a $25, $30 camera to be making movies. Thank you.
I don't
All
blame
right, I
you.
want to try to show
You're
you what
kind.
this
All
thing's right, doing. I hang got on the a
Oh,
camera second. hooked All up right. right. So at any rate, that's what I sent him, and I also sent him. Why is it not showing the picture here? Hang on a second.
A real quick hello to Mr. John Coopy while you're searching. He is
Oh, hey
joining
John,
the
how you doing, buddy?
chat.
How you
Hello,
doing?
Mr.
Good to
John.
see
He's
you.
loving his Mobula 6, which is good, and
Yeah,
he's
good,
going to. I think he
Good.
also
John,
said a Tinyhawk
John has
2.
gone. John's going to the light side. You know,
Yeah.
he got himself
Good.
a Mavic Air 2, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, this is the picture that I sent him of the camera, showing him that they wanted to make sure it wasn't all smashed up, I guess. So I sent him a couple of pictures of the camera, and it's brand new, never been flown. I put it in the airplane, but it never flew. I took it home. So at any rate, that was my little adventure. So to finish the story, I get an email about 2 hours after I sent that the video. I actually put it in a Dropbox because it was big, you know, in the video, and shared it with them on Dropbox. And I get an email that basically said, "We're replacing your camera. Here's your order number. It's going to ship today. We don't need the old camera back. Hope you have a good day."
Good. Gotta love it.
So I get the order number. I go, look, there it is. It's an order. Price is free. Says shipping is free. Then I get a half hour later, I get an email say your order has shipped. Here's the tracking number.
You get it
And they don't
2
even want
days
me to
from
send.
now.
They don't even want me to send back the old one. So
That's awesome.
if you ever knew the amount of stuff I buy from this company, Carlos, you can only imagine.
I'm sure. Yep.
Including one pair of my DJI goggles and air units that I got from them. So I've spent
Did you?
the list
did you,
of orders.
I'm sorry. Did you apply for their rewards program? Because I never bothered.
No, I never bother with those things.
Okay. All right. Real quick. EBR is joining us, and Gary is
EBR.
leaving us. Gary is saying goodnight.
Oh, okay, Gary. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
We got Artco in here too.
Oh yeah,
Art's-
Artco Drone Solution is here.
Yeah, Art's making faces at me in the green room.
Oh no.
I just wanted to wait until
He explodes.
Ed was done with his recap of the
I ordered the
chat.
bird.
John, I was watching you guys on Coast to Coast Drones last night, and it appears that John and Ethan are the two resident professors on that show. So good job. But John, I was so surprised to hear that you got a Mavic 2. But you'll play with it and tell
You
me
get
if this
bored.
doesn't happen. You'll play with it, get kind of bored, and then start ripping and then go back to mostly ripping your quads, unless you want to really do some photography. And if you want to do photography, of course you can't beat the camera drones. I have some footage to show you. I actually flew my Mavic 2 a few days ago, and just to see if I could still fly the damn thing.
Condon Moore's been here.
Anyway, guys,
Did you hear it? Tomas?
you know what that means.
There he is. Tomas says, I broke my SC switch today on my Radio Master today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Putting
really?
on them
Hello,
colored
everybody.
nuts on the switches. Hey, Art, that's
Oh,
that's a brand new radio,
yeah.
right?
Brian,
Hey, Art.
John Gooby, and H&K, and EBR FPV.
Drones Are Eagles
Drone
is
Are
leaving.
Eagles, Polly, Drone Bum, Cigar Nation Warriors, Ed. Love my drone.
we've already been
Good guy.
through that. Art, your delay, your audio delay is
My audio
absolutely
delay?
absolutely
Delay?
seconds. Yeah, and are
Want
you
me to back
using?
out
Are you
and come
trying to
back
use?
in?
Are you using vMix?
No.
Does anybody else notice the delay, or is it just between me and Art?
Slight.
Say something,
Okay,
Art.
just hang.
How about that?
Yeah, it's slight. He's delayed.
Slight. Yeah, drop out and come back in, because sometimes I used to have that problem with my first guest, and it didn't show up in the stream that was being broadcast. It only showed up on my StreamYard's window.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. God, now that we got rid of him, we can talk about him.
I was about to say the same thing, but I wasn't going to go there.
No, we love Art. We love Art. Art's the plucky. If you remember that
That sucks.
Tim Allen movie, what was it called? The space movie.
Oh, Galaxy.
You know which one I'm talking. Galaxy Quest. Yeah, Galaxy Quest. They had the plucky comic relief. Guy. Remember Guy? Guy was the... Sam Rockwell played him in the movie, and he was the plucky comic relief. So that's what Art is. All right, Art.
There he is.
How's
Fuck.
that?
That's much better.
Testing
Okay,
Art 1,
great.
2.
Much better.
Yeah, you were
look.
talking about Galaxy
Oh.
Quest. Oh God, that was a great movie.
That movie's become a cult. It's become a cult movie.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Agent K is here. Hey, Agent K, our buddy. How
Agent.
you doing? How you doing, my friend? Yeah, that's better, Art. That's much better.
See
So,
what Agent K said?
Yeah, I thought it was my first. Talking about my first one.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, guys, got a nice little crowd here. Usual crowd. Good to see you. That's one of the problems I always say about doing it as early as I'm doing it here is that a lot of guys just can't make it this early, especially if they're like west of the Mississippi. They're still either at work or
But you get all
coming home
the
from work.
the British people though. I mean,
I get
Yeah.
some Brits, yeah.
English, Netherlanders,
yeah,
and
because I'll be up
from
tomorrow around
Portugal.
3 o'clock.
But I can only make this just so exciting. So we do the best
So
we can.
high energy there.
You know,
Mitch. You're
especially
so full,
today, man.
You're full of energy.
Not today, man.
Bursting
Today
with
I'm,
energy.
Cigar
he's full of
Nation.
drugs.
Cigar
I'm
saying,
chilling today.
Cigar Nation is saying goodbye. His internet is going poo poo.
Oh,
Oh, hey, man, thanks for coming in. You missed the story. Did you hear the story about my bee sting today, Art? You didn't hear that, did you?
no, tell us about your bee sting.
No, I already did. Went through the whole thing. You can watch it on the replay. But suffice it to say that the doctor, I didn't know what it was. I got stung in the back by a yellow jacket in my car. So I thought, you know, it really hurt like hell, and it wasn't getting any, it was getting worse. So I said, I better go get this, figure there's some stinger stuck in there or something. And he gave me some drugs, man.
I like the way you said that.
And I'm on drugs, you know. And what was funny, he says, well, you could take Benadryl, but that'll really make you drowsy. Here, take this other stuff. I forget what the name of it was. And it's I'm not drowsy. I'm just like, I'm happy. I like it. I like it.
There was no
It's
stinger
your
left
happy
behind.
pill.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's funny too.
yeah.
They didn't find a stinger. Like, sometimes though they don't leave. They can sting you multiple times too.
Yeah.
Well, he told me that he said when I found out it was a yellow jacket, when I actually found the yellow jacket on my car seat, I went back in and told him it was a yellow jacket, and he said, "Oh, well, they don't leave stingers."
These-
Yeah. Honeybees, yeah.
Professor
yellow
Leave
jackets.
the
Yeah.
Professor Stoner Studley Dude Energy. All those. Old guy on drugs. Yep.
Old guy
Yeah.
on, you know, old guy and a high. What am I going to do with you guys? At any rate,
Jaybird wants some.
let me see if I can reach this box that I got here.
You like my packing style?
Without oh God, you guys gotta see this.
Mitch,
So this
just
comes-
make
so
sure
this
that
comes- Oops.
the site where you got stung doesn't start moving around.
Okay.
Thanks, Art. Yeah.
No, you'll
Sorry.
be dreaming about that. Oh God damn it! There's something moving around, man. I got a larvae of some kind.
Yeah,
in
right.
there.
Yeah, and the next thing an alien's gonna pop out of my chest. Okay, we won't have nightmares tonight. At any rate, this came. I knew it was coming, but I didn't realize that it would be
So big?
that big.
Really?
And it came from Carlos, and I know there's a big sad story, Carlos, behind each and everything in this box.
To a certain degree, yes.
So what it is Carlos. Hold on, I gotta get.
Watch my address and name there.
I got it.
Oh, what is it?
I think that my address is on it.
Butthole Avenue. Okay.
Nope, it's Wormwood.
I didn't know we were
Avenue.
going to get an unboxing too. This is awesome.
Well,
I live
it's
on
not that
Wormwood
exciting,
Street.
But let me. I got this
How nice and
wireless.
packed it is.
I got this wireless mic here. I'm going to wire myself up because the mic that I'm using over there ain't going to do it. So put the wireless mic on, switch over to it, and now you should hear me a little
Hear
better.
you loud and
Ah.
clear. Yep.
Super.
Okay.
Sound great.
Yeah, this is a pretty good little deal. It's that first Comica one I got, the big heavy metal one, and it still works better than all the. It's expensive, but for some reason it seems to work much better than the new cheaper ones that they.
I'm
have.
taking notes.
So we
'cause
got
I
this.
need a good one.
So we got this box, and in the box I got foam, and I got an empty envelope. But he did send me did at least in the empty envelope send the top that he cut off the envelope in there.
Well, that was for
nice of
packing
Carlos.
and for my address. Easy to read.
Okay. And remember when Carlos said that he wrote down what I needed to do? Well, there it is.
Ah, okay. The
I knew I
fifth
would
grader
be
wrote
talking
that.
to you.
Okay, good.
It was done
Yeah,
fast.
there it is. There it is. So that's the instructions. And what he's got in here
That's funny.
is a whole bunch of interesting drones. This is an Acrobrat
Yep.
with a swivel antenna. It's really neat.
Yeah, junk.
The antenna just, even though it's tight, and one of the reasons that it's swiveling is that the connector here is way too short. Okay, and there's not even a nut on it. This pigtail is way too short, and when you put the antenna on, it tightens down against the base, but not enough to actually tighten the antenna. So the antenna's not broken. It's the pigtail in the base there. So I mean, I looked at this and it looks okay. Looking at the wiring, it's
One of the motors is off. I think I wrote it down which side.
yeah, and boy, these are notchy little motors. So you got this,
Right.
and then you got two of these.
Correct.
And what's
And
the name of these things? Chameleons? What are
The
they?
Japalura.
Japalures. Yeah, these are the little Armaton
Right.
quads, and they have the same motors as the other ones,
Right.
and I
Right.
imagine the same flight controllers. And this has got a big antenna on it. I like that. Looks like a scorpion.
But the VTXs are not that good. The camera, and then on top of that, the camera's not centered. I see one of the I don't know, whatever you want to call it, camera protector in frame in the picture, so it's not centered.
Oh
right.
yeah, of course it's setting back that way, and I'm just looking at the weather, how beat up the lens is, but not bad. It was just dirt.
Yeah.
Little spit fixed it right up.
Good.
Okay, so that one's okay, and then you got another one in here,
And that one's really even worse, the VTX.
another one of the same
Right.
motors, same. Okay, so yeah, this kind of action here with the electrical tape
Yeah.
is you realize, the perfectionist that I am when it comes, the OCD perfectionist that I am
That's
when it
what I
comes
would like.
to
That's what I
wiring and
like.
things. This is making me really nervous just looking at this.
Well, you
Okay,
got the
so you
drugs
got
in-
that one.
You have the drugs in you, so you're okay. Don't
I
worry.
can take it tonight, and and then we got
5-inch skid setup.
Ooh.
Schizo
a big
Nova.
one with frog feet on it. Really
Yeah,
cool.
that's what it looks like. Dinosaur.
And these got nice smooth motors, no notchiness at all in these motors. What are they? They are Lumineers, 2206, 2650. So this is a 4S quad, right?
Correct.
And
And one of those motors
it's got
is
the
shot.
GoPro mount.
Right.
One of these motors is shot, or
It's
is the
twitchy.
ESC
It's
shot?
Twitchy. Oh, I'm not
Twitchy.
sure. I don't know.
Okay, so it might be the ESC. It might, I'll
Correct.
have to swap a couple of motors on the ESC and test it and see. So, all right. So basically, there's not a whole lot wrong with any of these that I can see yet.
No. And now this one has
then-
a lot of noise, a lot of video
Well,
noise.
this one, are these ESCs out here on the arms?
Yes.
Yes, they
Yes.
are. Yeah. And so you got a PDB in here, and you got the
Maybe we could
flight
change that
controller.
completely. Get the
Well, you might,
ESCs and
yeah, maybe
PDB
we
and
could put
just
a whole new
stack.
controller 4-in-1 stack in it and
Yes.
get rid of all this nonsense and all this electrical tape that just gets all gooey and
Yeah.
And
comes
just
off.
so you know, that you're going to find a prop on top to protect as well. There's going to be a cut prop under the electrical tape.
oh,
No,
okay.
Under the electrical
Oh, I
tape.
get you.
When
I
you
get
get a
you.
broken prop,
But
they say
this
to
has
put the
got-
props there.
This has got the budget Zing motors, the Zing E's, which are great. They're really good motors.
Yes, those are brand new. too.
2206, 2450. They're nice. It's possible that these ESCs aren't programmed correctly.
I don't have any OSD on that either.
Oh, well, then you need a whole new flight stack on it.
Yeah.
It's get rid of all that stuff. And, well, we'll talk about that. But
Yep. I want a Mitch
Now-
quad when we're done.
now the receivers in these things, in order for me to
You're gonna have to bind
play
to
with
them.
it, I'm going to have to bind it, and then
Right.
you're going to have to rebind it when you get all this stuff back.
Which
We
is
have
which is not a problem as long as you make the button available. Oh, look at that! We have real quick.
We have another drugged up individual in the chat.
Mino Fly is here from Australia.
Oh, hey,
Welcome,
how you
Mino
doing?
Fly.
Good
Mino
day,
Fly
good day. Good
is a
to see
great
you.
pilot. You should put a.
I know.
a link.
I've seen his stuff.
You should put a link on the. Oh, and Drone Worship is here. Nice.
That's what I mean about the other drugged up individual in the chat.
Oh, Dan,
I wanna
Dan, how
fight.
you doing,
I'll
buddy?
fight you when you
are
heal,
you
just for the hell of it?
are you healed? Are you better? Look what Carlos sent me. Look at this box of junk that Carlos sent me.
No,
to
it's
fix.
not a. It was packed well. Come on. Look at
It
that
was
foam
packed
around.
well, but Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
sorry about
but,
the writing. I was doing it quick.
No, I'm joking. I'm
and I
just
figured
pulling
I'd
your
talk
chain.
to you. You know.
I'm just pulling your chain. That's fine. What I'm going to do I think part of the show on Sunday might be
Work on
a
one.
little
Or disassemble?
diagnostic.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Start to work on one of them and show somebody how I might go about testing this, that, or the other things. I don't know if that. And if I'm doing it wrong, maybe get a little help from you guys, the guys out there that are really experts at this stuff. Not that I just play the expert on TV here, but there's some real experts out there, you know.
Nah, you did good.
Cool.
Now,
Cool.
real
Yeah,
quick,
hey,
I want to
Rick.
read what Dan wrote. He says he's getting ready to have emergency surgery, lobotomy, not being transferred to another hospital. Thought I would jump in on the action. Well, Dan, I
Oh.
hope you're well. And I did say a prayer for you because I watched your morning video. I said, God, take care of this prick regardless of himself.
Yeah.
Amen.
We love them. We
I'm
love
just
them
kidding, Dan. I
regardless,
do
yeah.
I do really wish the best for you, just for the record.
Yeah, Dan.
I like
Let
Dan.
us know.
Yeah.
Let us know how everything turns
I
out
like
here.
Dan.
Yeah.
We need assholes like Dan. We do.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm on
Dan
top of the list with him. So
Yeah. And good luck with the
Guilty.
colostomy bag.
All right, you're a bundle of joy tonight. Oh man,
yeah.
Uh-oh.
got my wired up here.
Hey, I got to get out of here, guys. It's
And
dog
you'll
time.
see, we're always
Oh,
going
the
to pray for
dogs.
you.
Wanting to eat. Okay.
I just heard one. He's dead, but the one downstairs is yiping.
Oh, okay.
How many you
All right,
got,
well, thanks.
Brian?
Just two now.
Just two.
We had five like a year ago,
Wow.
Wow.
and they
Well,
were big
thanks
dogs.
thanks
Wow.
for coming in. Thanks for
Hey, no
coming.
problem, Mitch.
Good to see you, Brian.
Same here, Art. Carlos.
Take care, sir.
Y'all take it easy.
I'm reading the chat, and Ed writes to Drone Worship. Let me know if I need to put you down. That's so cold but funny.
Okay, I'm out of here. Y'all
Such
take
a
it
friend,
easy.
Dad. Such a friend. There's Jim
What
and
I like
Above
about
and
this
Beyond
commu-
Drones.
Hey Jim, how you doing? That's what I like about this community. That you can feel the love.
I'm telling you, yeah.
You just feel that everybody calls everybody else a prick. Yeah, I mean it's just you can feel the love, you know. Newfound Drone Productions. How you doing, my friend?
MVP. Yep.
And we got who else? We got Agent K. We saw him. Eno Flies here. Love Ed. Got an HD bird just because I know you had. Well, I sent some links out if anybody's interested.
Ed, why don't you join the
Dan.
show, Mitch your bird?
And Dan, I didn't send you a link because I figure you'd be way out of it. But if you'd like to come in, from the hospital and talk, just
I think he
say
might
so.
be
I'll send you the link right out.
he's in transit, I think.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I
He
didn't
said he's
feel
been
like
going from one to the
probably.
next.
Oh,
be
so
too
he's
good-
going
too
through
good
the
at-
transition.
Too good an
I
opportunity.
think he's
Why
going
am I
to
looking
another
at the-
hospital to have another surgery. Mitch, I'm going to go get
Oh.
a drink. Art, I'm going to leave the chat for you to watch for 5 minutes for Mitch. I'll be right back. Please.
Okay, and I'll get a little drink.
Take care. We'll take over from here.
Oh, so if you're good, getting ready to transport out an ambulance. Okay. All right. Tell the driver to be careful, Dan.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys some, while we're at it, some
Oh.
actual
Oh, nice landing pad.
camera drone. DJI Mavic 2 Pro
Oh.
footage that I flew Monday, I think it was.
Uh-huh. Wow.
So it may be a little boring, but there was a construction site across the, just west of the park where they're starting to build a whole new housing development. And you've seen Jim Above and Beyond takes a lot of construction stuff down there at in Palm Bay where they're building. So I said, well, let's just exercise the Mavic 2 Pro.
There you go. Cool.
See if I
Did you put it in like that wing mode at all?
No, no.
FPV
I
mode,
just
no?
what I wanted to do on this flight was basically just
Oh, there you go.
practice some of the. I never use any of those automatic modes like orbit or selfies. I fly. I want to hand fly everything. So I said, well, that's what I wanted to practice was just
Right.
maneuvering the drone around, following things around, orbiting them, doing stuff like that. So I said, well, there's got to be something over on this construction site that's actually moving. And I did. I spotted one. You see it up there on the left there. There's one thing
Cool.
moving around. So we got up to the street and looked both ways
Yeah, up, down.
and waited for the traffic to stop going, and across the street we went. I'm still on this side of the street though.
Right,
So anyway,
right,
there was a
right.
crane. There was a crane going over there, and trucks were driving. So I said, "Oh, this looks cool." And again,
Well, I see another spot for me to fish.
there's
You'll
a
have
lot of places to
scope
fish.
out those lakes and canals around by your place. So when I come down there, I could say, okay, I'll have to check out this place.
The colors and the this was shot in 4K, and the colors and everything were just gorgeous.
Are you using an ND filter?
I had ND16.
Yeah, it
But,
looks good. The blues really pop out.
So I decided I was going to do a little orbit around this moving earth mover here.
What are they building there, Mitch?
A housing development.
Gotcha.
They're, with
All the
retention
new
ponds
that are leaving?
and the school. One of the schools is right there, but that's
Cool.
so there I am
Wow.
practicing my photographic flying.
Do you find you fly better because you fly what do you call it? FPV or no?
FPV? No, I don't think so. I fly.
difference?
I've always flown well because of my, I'm,
Oh, that's
I'm
right,
kind of
airplane.
born and raised with sticks in my hand,
Makes
But
sense.
there's the park across the street from this housing area.
It's a
Be
lot of
nice
open space.
nice country-like place to be. And if you look at the upper left-hand corner there, below the horizon is the tree line where we're sitting.
Is this from a phone record or an SD card? SD card, right?
No, this is from the SD card.
Yeah.
So this is full 4K, and I mean, if you watch it on a 4K TV, it's just outrageous. It's
You're not flying with goggles, right, Mitch?
no.
Pete Nunez
Just
wants to
flying.
know.
I have the Crystal Sky, 7-inch Crystal Sky in front of me.
And that's a Mavic, what?
Mavic 2 Pro, the
Okay, drone bone.
1-inch sensor.
Okay.
Ah,
I'm just answering. I'm asking the questions that I'm watching there.
Oh, okay, that's
That's
fine.
the only reason I'm asking you.
That's a Mavic drone bump. Says I remember those. Yeah, I actually remembered how to fly it. So
I wish Drone Bub would come and show some of his flying. That was awesome. I'm so
we were
proud.
yeah, you're like a proud father, aren't you?
He was so good. I was amazed.
Now that piece of land that's right in front with the green. They raised bulls on that. They have the bulls for sale is the sign, and I don't know if that's if that's a holdout. The person that owns that piece of property saying I ain't selling.
Wait, you
but
said bulls
everything-
like in Toro? Toro.
Bulls as in a china shop.
oh,
Wow.
like vaca. Vaca.
Yeah,
Vaca.
cow bulls. Okay, so here's the
Or
second.
carabao.
Here's the second. I mean, this thing split this whole little mission up into 4 huge files. You know how that works.
Oh, yeah.
That's the elementary school down there.
Oh,
But from there west, there's nothing. I mean, you can see that this is just all land. And I can see one thing right here looking at this. I need to calibrate my gimbal. I haven't done that, and I don't think I ever did that. But when I face east and west, it kind of tilts just the slightest little bit. When I go north and south, I notice that it's straightened out, so needs calibration. That's the high school or whatever school it is. That's their
Yeah.
baseball field.
football
Not as nice
field,
looking.
baseball.
Yeah, not as nice looking as the field in the park. But
Not at
you
all.
can see that COVID or not, this was on Monday. They were having a school day.
Yep.
They were coming to school. Nice looking
So-
school.
That's a school right there in front of us that we're looking at?
Yeah,
Yep.
that whole building,
Wow,
that's a
that's
school.
Pretty good sized school.
That's a
Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Jim would be able to tell you
A lot of
whether
school.
it's a high school or what kind of school it is. But that's where that's and there's a housing development right there to the south of the park. See it? See all those houses right in front of me there?
Yep.
And there's the famous park where we're going fly every morning.
Oh,
It's just what a great place to fly.
What are you doing, about
Gets
20
a
some
little-
odd miles an hour? Maybe.
Probably 20. Yeah, 22. I'm full stick forward in regular mode, not sport mode,
Right.
in P mode.
Gotcha.
But
Heritage
Oh,
one
High
thing
School.
about that,
now,
one thing
right
about
there.
that Mavic, the colors, and I'm going right into the morning haze there, and doesn't look bad.
Mr. Floyd
Not bad
Motes
at
is
all.
joining, saying hello.
Hey, Floyd.
Oh, hey Floyd, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. There we are, right there, south of the tree line. You can see the cars. There was about 3 or 4 of us there that
Yeah.
morning, flying airplanes. That field is
Oh, I
looking
see
pretty
something
rough.
go
Oh,
to your
yeah,
right.
I saw
See the plane?
plane just.
That was a little airplane, yeah. That field is looking really rough, man. With it's pretty smooth when you're down there, but the weeds and everything are terrible. Really has taken it over. And I said, well, seeing as I got this Mavic here with these many miles of range that I don't have to worry about like I do at FPVs, let me just
Yeah.
go for a little flight around the whole entire
There-
park.
There's another fishing spot. Ooh, and
Nah,
that
that-
canal, it's juicy.
Yeah, it's all canals down here.
Yeah.
But
Probably. Some peacock bass, some gar.
this just show you the size of this park here. Just taking a little run around. There's the community building off to the left where we fly
Cool.
indoors when we will again when the COVID thing goes away. We haven't done it since February or March.
Quick good night to Mr. Pond and Moore, who's leaving us, and
Good night,
doing
my
his sweet
friend.
dreams. Good night,
Oh.
Pond.
Pond and more. Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, mate.
But I mean, when you look around out there, it's just miles and miles and miles of nothing.
Just flying in.
And civilization is slowly expanding out that way.
Hmm.
eating it all up. And in 10 years, as far as the eye can see, will probably be all built up. Like what
Yeah.
happened down in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. You go and West Palm. You go west 20, 25 miles inland, and you're in the heart. You're in big city, where it used to be nothing but alligators and Everglades.
You know, there's more
Right.
people living in Florida than in New York.
And if things
Population,
keep going
yeah.
like they're
Population, you guys have
gone,
more people. Yeah.
yeah. If things keep going like they're gone, the rest of New York's going to move down here.
Yep. Hmm.
No, but recently, like a year or two ago, you guys overtook New York. with
I'm not too
population.
happy about that, to tell you the truth.
No, I understand.
So anyway, I was just
Sorry.
kind of playing around. I was just kind of playing around here with the camera tilt, and
Tax free.
yeah. So let me know if you get bored with this. I mean, I told my bee sting story. I told my vendor
Let me see if I have
customer
drone
service
footage.
story. Yeah, you got
Drone
something
footage
to show.
from
Be happy
what's
to.
his name?
This is, hey
drone
guys,
gun.
this is about as laid back as you're ever going to see me. So take
I like
take
it.
it in.
I like
Take it in and enjoy it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like to play some. I need to play some
I'm waiting for a gator
really
to pop.
relaxing music. Now, you see that water that's right underneath us there, Art? That's where most of the guys fish.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
what I
that
can
looks
hear.
juicy. As
But there
Leo
it is.
would say on
More
Extreme
with the park.
Philly Fishing.
Let's see if there's anything exciting. I don't think so. Oh yeah, I decided to. You see that? You can see the model airplane action here, and he's pointing at the drone. They couldn't, there I am sitting in my chair right there.
Yep.
And I've got my my contraption, my over the shoulder deal that you've seen.
Oh
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
with the built-in monitor.
the aluminum
The guys-
suspender.
The guys couldn't believe it. Here, this airplane made a typical a tail dragger landing on rough grass. Means it's setting up on its nose.
what's going on.
But a nice bunch of guys, mostly, older guys out there, retired guys that go out and fly these little foam airplanes in the morning. Nothing too dramatic. But,
Floridian
so
cut you
anyway,
off.
what's that?
Floridian cut John Bum off today. He's complaining.
Who did?
A Floridian cut off.
Oh,
John
cut
Bum.
him off. Oh, on the road. Well,
Yeah.
it's only getting even for all the New Yorkers that cut us off down here. We send Paulie. We send them up there. We got a crew of guys. We send them. We say, okay, here's what we go up to New York and just piss them off.
That would be Ray Kelly, right? He's a spy. Trying to find. I was trying to follow John Bum, but that's tough. It's not easy.
Well, what a crew! What a crew of guys we got there.
I want to
There
look
I
for
am.
one where I'm harassing John Bum with the quads, following him on his walk of shame after
No
the
goggles.
crash.
No goggles, just
No
just the big screen, the big monitor. Look up a little bit.
Hey, Mitch, you remember that Volkswagen commercial where they say Farfitnugan?
Farfignugan, yeah.
Farfig
I
Newman,
find-
yeah.
I finally figured out what Farfitnugan means. It means if you eat too many fig Newtons, you Farfitnugans.
That's not what it means.
So silly.
Where's my boo button? Hold on a second. Hold on. I got it right here. There you go. Oh, man. So at any rate, that was that, Art.
Can I
And,
share a video with you, Mitch?
Of
of me
course.
flying
you
with,
know I'm looking for stuff to fill up the rest of this hour with.
Yeah.
This is me flying with the
I
Bum.
I'm
can't
tired.
provide all the comedy.
Okay.
Here we
Hold on, let me. It's all right. We don't have to start from the beginning. This is
Hold
me
on
and the
a
Bum.
second, man.
Uh-huh.
There he is down there.
Little music for you.
Yeah, giving him
Very-
some tree tutorials. Actually, Drone Bum, you should play some of your videos. 'Cause he was amazing. Totally amazing. Trying to look for something where I almost hit him in the head. He actually skinned my head. He took like 2 or 3 hairs off. And then you hear him
this is-
snickering as he lands.
This is some
Right.
epic music for your epic flying.
There you go.
There you go.
I like the ones where I'm trying to hit him. I'll find one. I almost hit him in the head a few times. Towards the end of the videos.
Wonder where Mel is tonight.
Yeah.
But just so you know, Drone Bum was flying in and out of all these trees.
No, cool.
No, he's doing great. Paul's a
I
natural,
mean, he was amazing.
he's putting the time in. He's certainly flying a hell of a lot more these days than I'm flying. He's going out there flying 10, 20 packs every day. Wow.
Well, maybe not that many, but today he did like 30.
Wow.
I'm trying
I
to.
go out to fly, and all I do is get bee stung, for God's sake. Jeez. I get no respect at all. No
Teabag.
respect at all.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't one of those murder hornets.
Oh, I don't think that didn't cross my mind. Whenever you start thinking murder hornets. What a name.
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos.
I didn't hit him. Hold
Let
on.
me
I'm
see if I
Well-
can find.
Just think, tomorrow will be itching like crazy.
You think? Itchy? I never.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be itching.
I tried to hit him a few times.
I'm sure he tried to hit you a few times too.
I was paying attention.
Jaybird says put some aloe on it.
I guess, right? Let's see if I hit him. No. Oh, you see that? I gapped that tray. There was one where I flew like right under his nose. It was so much fun. I don't know why he trusts me though. That was funny.
That's a nice spot. That's a nice spot you got there in that park.
Oh, nobody bothered us at all, at all.
Especially during the week when you're you don't have all the baseball players out there and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
The weekday's the best.
Yeah, you have it to yourself during the week.
All right, last one. This one is a gentleman was, I'm not trying to brag, but he was impressed on how I was flying close to Drone Bum's head. So we decided to take him for a ride along.
Oh,
Excuse
cool.
me. So just so you know, what I did is I told Drone Bum to stand behind this man just in case he falls down on us. And now
Was
this
he
is
standing up or sitting down?
Yeah, he's standing up. You'll see him. You see him there? And Drone Bum is behind him just in case. We put on the EMAX goggles on him.
Oh, okay, cool.
But he was like looking up in the air with the goggles. He was enjoying the ride. He was enjoying the ride. He liked it. He liked it a lot. And then we showed him some NERC videos. Drone Bum gave him his Drone Bum card. Said, "Here, come visit my channel."
Cool.
No, I'm only kidding. But he wanted some. I was trying to force my way through some of these branches. Yeah, 7 hours. We were out there for 7 hours. It was like a great day.
Holy mackerel.
From 8 to 2:30.
I can't take it. We go out there in the morning, Carlos. I go
Yeah.
out there at 7:30 or so, and by 9 o'clock,
It's too hot.
It's
That's a
just
different story.
hot.
Yeah.
and lately, these past 2 mornings, there's been absolute like zero wind, and you almost wish there was a little bit of a breeze because it's just
That's exactly what we said
oppressive.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zero wind.
Oppressive.
Oof. But it was nice. It wasn't. You see him looking up, the man,
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's like
he's
falling
flying.
down.
I was trying to show him, in the video so he could see himself. I was a little nervous because I'm still learning how to fly this one. You don't want to hurt the person.
Here's a little cruising music for you.
How sexy Paul looks with his camouflage.
That's not the word I'd use.
All right, let me stop this video. Let me
Yeah,
see
but I
if
like the cruising music, man.
I'm sorry. Let me find another
We're
one for you,
cruising,
then.
man.
I want to find something where I'm
cruising,
almost hitting him. Then it's fun. Paulie, you should show some of your videos. Let me see. Where else did I almost hit him?
Jaybird, what's the max speed?
On what? On the
What?
Tinyhawk? Maybe
I don't know.
30?
So what's the new drone that Ed got today? What did he get?
The Cine Pro. Ed, get Oh, he may not be around. The
Oh,
Cine
is
Pro.
that different than a Cinnabon?
Yes.
Cinepro. Who makes it? Who makes it?
KFRC. It's
That's a
4K
big one.
RDA camera. It's 2.5
That's
inch,
not
believe
a-
it or not.
Oh,
2.5
okay. I was
inch.
going to say for Ed, that's gargantuan.
No, he has a 5. He has 2 5 inches.
Does he? I've never seen him
Yeah.
fly it.
Yeah, he's not big on them. Eventually.
Oh, Jaybird, thank you so much, my friend.
Hey.
Appreciate that $5
Very
super
nice.
chat, Joe. Thank you, my man. Thank you. And
Hey,
Chris Hope is
Chris
in the
Hope's
house.
in
Hey,
there.
Chris,
House
how you
of
doing,
Hope.
my friend?
How is he doing with his
The
flying?
House
Is
of
he
Hope.
flying?
Well, I want to talk to him about that. He is flying, and he's saying he's doing fine with it. But
With
He'll-
line of sight or with
I don't know.
Chris Hope, come join us. Tell us what's up.
Drone Mo, I can't share the screen. Okay. Anyway,
Dirty rat.
Chris, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Carlos, you queuing something else up?
I'm looking for something worthy of your show. Trying.
Oh, hell.
All right, let's try this one. I don't even know what it is, but we'll go for it.
Why not? Like I say, I'm
It
not.
has drone
I'm
bum. It
not.
has drone bum with us. So
I'm kind of out of it tonight, so I'm just.
flight with the bum.
I don't want to get into anything too heavy duty here. All right, let's get that cruising music going. There we go.
Remember, also this is mainly just to fly, not tricks or all these, flippity floppity rolls. Showing how you could just. This is what the way I'm flying, drone bum was flying. Maybe a little slower, but he was going in and out of everything. He was amazing. In acro, I was like, wow, who are you? I had to touch him to make sure it was really him. Oh, I actually gapped that window.
Did you?
That was
Cool.
tricky. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's half closed or half open, whatever you want to call it. Oh, there he is. All with the Tinyhawk 2. Where are you, drone bum? Is this where I gapped the window? I don't know. Oof, close. Wherever he was, I was just trying to go for his head.
Artco gave me money.
Wow.
Thank you, Art.
Nice job, Art.
Be careful, old guy. Thank you, Art. Thank you very much.
You're
my
welcome.
friend. I appreciate that. That'll help pay the $40 copay I had to pay to go get this guy to look at my bee sting today. Can you believe it?
Oh, let me see if I find that. After this bum, I'll see if I find that one. I didn't get to chase the bus. I usually chase the bus.
Oh yeah, Chase. Go. You know what? Land on the bus and see if you could take off from the bus.
I did that on a van recently. Look, oh man, I was trying for that head. Watch.
I like the sound effects, guys.
I'm sorry.
You need to get yourself
Good
you need to get a pair of stereo microphones, and as you do that, you go.
That's what.
So that you can hear the sound go from one side to the other. You know.
What do they call it? Ed. Because I had no. Uh-oh. See how he stands so still? I don't know why he trusts me so much. Good night,
It's
Erwin.
got to be a sound effect. It's got to be a sound effect somewhere in this
Oh,
Right.
mess of
Airplane?
1,000 buttons.
That's the Jetsons. I'm gonna try to find the tree one, bum. I was showing him how to fly in the trees. And then he did it. Oh my God, he almost got stuck up there, Mitch. Crazy man.
Well, that's the only thing concerns me, Carlos, about
I mean, but he
flying
was,
these teeny little. Whoa,
he was way
that's how
up
I
there.
feel. That's how I feel.
Blurry.
You see that right? Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
I like
the
that.
camera has sensed my aura, and it has reacted accordingly. Now, I'm waiting. I guess I have to do my reach out,
Look forward and
grab
forward.
the focus, and bring it home.
Feel
There
right.
it is. Okay.
Two balloons.
I don't know why. It's just a standard Logitech 920 set to autofocus. So why does it do that to me? I don't.
Well,
I
this
don't
was when I was
understand.
trying.
You're just not that sharp, Mitch.
Hi, Art, you're too cute.
Viewer
Sometimes.
discretion is advised.
You're gonna get me started. Gonna get me started with the buttons tonight, and everybody will tune out and go home. So
Well,
I see
I was-
Ken Heron has got Kelly.
Kelly
Shores on
Shore.
tonight, yeah.
Yep, and Ashley.
Ashley. Yeah.
Who's that?
So I wonder if we'll see more barfing kittens tonight.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
I don't know. What
Oh,
are they going to
God,
talk? They're going to
last-
talk about. I guess they're there to talk about spin-off. I imagine, which is like
Yeah.
next week. isn't it?
Probably.
Is it already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. August the
A
12th.
week
August the 12th. Saturday. isn't it?
Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. Coming up,
Yeah.
week from Saturday, and of course it's going to be a virtual thing. Anyway, Art,
Yep.
just so you know, buddy, I paid money and signed up so I could win some of your prizes this year.
Yeah, really.
Good luck.
Good
I'm
luck.
with you.
No, Art, no such thing as good luck. Art's going to walk. Art will walk home. He won't even have to walk home. He'll be sitting in his living room. The prizes will be coming out of the computer screen out of
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
I've never seen
Well-
anybody with luck like this. Unbelievable.
I had my
Irish,
court
he's
date
Irish.
today for
For?
my little accident.
Oh,
You
really?
Go to court
And
for that?
Yeah.
Wow.
and what happened?
Got it down to defective vehicle.
Wait.
Really?
What was it
So
up
I
at?
only got 2 points.
What was it up at?
Oh,
When you said you got it down, what was it?
it's a vehicular manslaughter.
Oh, no, they
something like-
wanted, what was it? It was 4 points.
like reckless driving or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
against
something
the
like
license.
that.
Yeah.
I got you.
So we
So what'd you tell them? Your brakes failed or what?
no, they just said, well, we'll plead it down. And I'm like, and the fine is $190. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm cool with that.
I maybe give you your
Yeah.
$5 back, Art.
The only problem is the insurance. Your insurance will go up now, right? Because of the
Art
accident.
doesn't have it. He
Probably,
doesn't buy.
yeah.
He doesn't bother with that insurance stuff.
Well,
That's for other
I
people.
got the check yesterday, so I'll probably be car shopping
shopping?
tomorrow.
How you
Cool.
getting around? How you getting around now?
My sister,
Oh, well, that's good.
Thank God for
Maybe-
sisters.
she's like,
If I had,
when
a,
are
if
you
I had a
going to get
sister,
a car? I'm getting tired of being your Uber,
well, if I had a sister that
driving
would
you
drive
to
me
and
around,
from work.
I'd play that card till it you couldn't do it anymore. Look at the money you'd save.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy car insurance or anything.
That sucks.
Oh, man.
I hate buying cars.
So I don't know
buy
what
a
to
car
do
at the end of the
entertain-
month. Buy a car at the end of the month if you can. You get better deals, just so you know.
Yeah, this time there ought to be this time of year, of course, with all the between the new model years coming out, the low interest rates that we have, historic low interest rates, and with the COVID mess, there ought to be killer
Oh,
car
and,
deals out
and
there.
because of the COVID, and well, there's a glut of used cars out there. So
Yes.
the prices are going to be really good.
Yeah, I think that this might be the next couple months the time. And interestingly enough, you know, I lease my cars. I have ever since I was in business. I know how to negotiate a lease. I understand the finances of it more than most people because
Right.
way back in my early days in the computer business, we wrote software. I'm talking about back when the Radio Shack Model 2s were
Radio
about the
Shack.
most powerful thing you could buy. Yeah, the TRS-80 Model 2s.
Yep.
And the car dealers at the time were buying these TRS-80 Model 2s, and they
Yep.
had the printers with the daisy wheel, the IBM
Yep.
Selectric kind
Dot
of
wheel,
typewriter
the
in it.
dot
Yeah.
matrix, yeah.
No, not a dot matrix. It was
Oh.
a ball. Had the ball like the IBM Selectric, and
Right. Yeah.
and the car dealers were getting programs together to do the paperwork. It was
Yeah.
the earliest attempts to computerize the paperwork and all the forms, especially the financing forms. They call it F&I. The F&I, the back end of the car dealership, the financing and insurance department. So my partner and I, way back when, he was a hell of a slick programmer. He was one of these genius level assembly language. He
Yeah.
would write languages to program in. That's how sharp this kid was.
Wow.
So he ended up writing a program for car dealers to automate the sales paperwork and the financing paperwork using the Radio Shack computers, and we sold it to car dealers all over the friggin' area
Cool.
of Florida. And I got to be really intimate with how the car dealers work.
Yeah.
You know, all the tricks, all the gimmicks to look for, and I really learned how to negotiate a lease.
They make more money on used cars than new cars on a sale.
They make more money on used cars because they steal the used car from the people they're gonna
Yeah.
trade them in, and then they
Then
sell
they-
them. You know,
They sell them for 3 times what they paid for, maybe 5
well,
times.
maybe not 3 times, but let's suppose that there's a 3-year-old car that was $35,000 when it's new. It's worth half of that now. They buy it or take it in a trade and really get it cheap. Maybe they got 15 into it. They'll turn around, sell it on the used car lot for 23.9.
Yeah.
Make 7-8 grand profit. That's more than they ever made on the new car. That's for damn sure.
Yep.
Uh,
This is a
Carlos,
drone
what are you
bum.
showing me here?
This is a flight by drone bum himself that I recorded.
Oh, okay. So I was saying that my lease on this.
Oh,
this
Robert
car I
Glazier
have
joined
right
us
now-
too. Sorry.
Hello, Robert. This lease on this
Robert.
car that I'm. One more time. This lease on this car that I'm driving right now is up December 28th. So 4 months before your lease is up, they start bombarding you with emails. Your lease is up. You need to make arrangements. You need to decide what you want to do. And what we think you ought to do is come in here right now and buy a brand new one. And we'll just take that old lease car right off your hands and you won't have to deal with it anymore. And you can drive out in a brand new car with no money down and lease it. And you always get those. You always get those things 3-4 months into it. And interestingly enough, in the past 3 or 4 leases that I've had, I never made it to within 6 months of the lease end, because invariably I'd get in there for an oil change or service or something 6 months before the lease is up, and I'd be wandering around in the showroom while I was waiting for them to finish the car, and I'd get talking to somebody, and then by the time we were done, I ended up with a deal that I couldn't pass up, to walk out with a brand new car, leave the old one that was getting the oil changed behind, for less money than I was paying per month for the old one. And I learned how to negotiate those things. To give you an example of what you can negotiate with these guys, if you know what you're doing, the first offer, or the car I got right now, the first offer I got from them was, we'll take your old car, no money down, $675 a month for
Wow.
3 years. Okay. Well, it's an expensive car. It's a Cadenza. It's like the Genesis from Kia. It's the big
okay.
car. It's got the 6-cylinder. It's a $40-something thousand sticker car. When I got done with him, I walked out of there for $339 a month, no money down. Half.
There you go.
Half of what they started with. 675. I ended up with 330.
Which means they were trying to rob you, which means I probably didn't want to do business
Absolutely,
with them.
absolutely, and that's what they're in business for. They know that the average person, and what you don't realize is in a lease, and I could talk about the finances of how car leases work, but
Right.
basically, and when you lease a car, you're basically only concerned with, on the top end, what the car costs. On the bottom end, what they're valuing it at the end of the lease, which they call the reciprocal value. Okay,
Right.
You have what they call the cap cost, the capitalized cost of the cost of the car, and the reciprocal value, what it's worth when you turn it in, and that chunk in between is what you're paying. You're paying for the difference in cost between the car when it's new and what it's worth, divided by so many payments plus a lease factor, which equates to a certain interest rate. And there's no sales tax when you lease a car on the cost of the car. They collect the sales tax every month on the lease amount. So you're still paying sales tax, but you're not paying it in a $3,000 chunk when you buy the
Right.
car, and then having to finance the sales tax on top of it. The sales tax is only collected by the state every month on the lease, which means at the end of the lease, when you have options and you say to yourself, okay, they give you options. Well, you could turn the car in, or you could buy out the lease for the residual cost. And when you lease a car, that number is specified in the lease itself.
Like the
You
balloon
have the
payment?
right to purchase the car for whatever the residual value of the car is. Or you can trade it in and want a new one, in which case they have an opportunity to really screw you over, because they can overvalue the car. Right? Whenever they have a chance to play with the value of your trade-in, that's where they can really screw you if you're not careful. Steve Carpenter, how you doing, my friend?
Steve
Real
Carpenter.
quick,
How you doing?
Jay Bird, I think, said he's leaving, and Mino Fly said
Oh,
he's
okay,
leaving,
Joe.
and Tomas said he's leaving. So good
All
night
right,
to all
guys.
of those guys.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good. Thanks for coming in, buddy. appreciate it, all of you, and thank you for the super chat, Joe. I appreciate that too. And we got Jim here, Steve Carpenter still here,
Steve
Paulie,
Carpenter,
Chris,
sir.
yeah, Robert Glazier. We got all the usual suspects are still here.
Trying to find
It was
this one flight
little
that I
slower
put in.
tonight. Not as many people tonight. Anyway, what I was going to do before I'll wrap up this up, what I was telling you about leases, and I'm sure some of you guys already know this, is basically the average lease, the average 36-month lease, will cost you, and this is the number to keep in mind, $30 a month for every $1,000 that
car is worth.
that you end up owing them. So in other words, if you take, let's suppose that the sticker on the car is 30,000, okay, and the residual value is 15. The difference is 15,000.
$30.
That 15,000 is going to cost you. That lease is going to cost you $450 a month.
30 times 15. Gotcha.
Right. If you say, well, I want better tires on the car, that's another 1,000, then it'll be $480 a month.
They keep
If you
adding.
can get them to give you, if you can get them to knock a couple grand off the price of the car, for every $1,000 that you can get them to knock off either what they're selling you the car for, or increase the residual of what it's worth at the end, the difference becomes smaller and the monthly payment becomes less. So when you go in there to work a lease, number one, you got to know what you got to know what the invoice is, you got to know what they've got in the car. You got to know what their what they call holdback is, which is money that the manufacturer holds back that doesn't show up in the invoice, but it could be $1,500 a car. You got to know what bonuses they're there. You got to know what factory incentives there are. So I go in there to lease this car I'm driving right now. This was over 2.5 years ago, and I had my car in for service, and I'm looking at these little. I really had no intention of buying a car, which is another thing. Don't ever buy a car. Buy a car when you don't have to buy a car.
Yeah,
That's the
Then you
best
just say,
time.
nah, I'm not ready. I'll just walk away. I still got 6 months on this lease. I don't need to do
Yep.
this
See
now.
ya.
So this car salesman grabbed a hold of me and he said, what if I could put you in that cadenza, which is Kia's high-end deal, the same as the Hyundai
I thought you said
Genesis.
credence.
That's what I thought it was at first too, but it was a cadenza. It's a gorgeous car. It's a luxury car. He says, what
Well,
if I
who
could put you
makes that?
in a cadenza? Kia.
Oh, Kia.
But you know, Kia and Hyundai are the same company. I don't know if you knew that or not.
They were both
Hyundai and Kia.
boat makers.
Is that the one that if it gets wet, it starts getting green stuff? Kia.
Can I share
No,
a flight
but anyway.
while we're talking, Mitch?
Yeah,
This is
sure,
a tree
go ahead.
flight that I was trying
Okay.
to show Mr. Bum how to fly in the trees.
So
So
anyway,
you could
this
watch.
car salesman grabs a hold of me, and he says, "What if I could put you in one of those cadenzas for the same amount of money as that little SUV that you're looking at, that little Ion, the little tiny little thing that costs half as much?" I said, I'm listening. He said, well, right now, and this was at the end of the 2017 model year, he says, Kia is giving $10,000 in lease, what they call lease cash. $10,000 right off the top of what the car cost. Okay. So I said, okay, well, what do you got on the lot? He said, well, we got 3 of them available. We got 2 white ones and a black one. I said, well, there's a whole line of, there's got to be 15 of them sitting over there. He said to me, yeah, all the employees leased them with this deal. Every salesman that worked in that place leased one of these things for himself with that deal. I said, well, maybe it's a good deal. So I said, all right, let's see what the numbers come out to. And when we got done, we started with a car with a sticker of around 40,000. When we got done We got the price they were selling me the car for down to $33,000. That was how much they had to play with. Then we took $10,000 off
23.
of the
Nice.
33,000. I basically bought the car for 23,000 bucks. The residual value on the car was around 17.5. That meant that I only had to pay for the slice of money between 17.5 and 23,000,
Nice.
which was
Eight and
6,000.
change.
Yeah,
Six.
about 8,000 bucks. So
Yeah.
8 times 3, 30 per thousand
24.
is how much a month?
24.
$240
Yeah.
a month for a $40,000 car.
Can't beat it.
And needless to say, I drove off the lot with it. And now I want to probably buy it out at the end of this lease because it's such a great car and it's only got like 17,000 miles on it.
Wow.
It's like brand new.
What year is
Yeah,
it?
it's like brand new. 2017.
With that many? Wow, that's new.
I don't drive a lot. I'm an old guy. Drive.
Yeah, I'm just
Everybody-
saying, but
I
that's
drive
worth
Yeah,
back
he
and-
just drives to and from
the
church.
mailbox.
Yeah.
Mailbox.
And it's got a 300 horsepower V6. It's got 2 feet of legroom in the back. It's a gorgeous car. It's got all the electronics. It's got that all glass sunroof. And I hate to give it up because for that kind of money, I could lease a new Toyota Corolla, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, the low end one, the one with no wheels.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for is either a Camry or a Corolla.
Toyota
Yeah, well-
Camry. Corolla's a little smaller.
What I really need, unfortunately, and I want to go look before I buy this thing. I really would like to have an SUV because of the model airplanes. Now that I'm back into the model airplanes, it's much nicer to have an SUV where you just open the hatch and put them all in there rather than have to
Forester,
figure out how to
Subaru?
squeeze them.
Oh, Mitch, you need one of those old late 70s Ford LTD.
Oh God, those big station wagons. Oh, there's one of them here in the neighborhood.
Cigar.
There's one of them here in the neighborhood. Those damn things were wide enough to sleep sideways. Remember, they were huge.
Yep.
How about a Subaru?
One of the guys
Forester.
that we used to fly airplanes with had one of those things, and the stuff that
My
he could fit in the
grandfather
back
used to drive those.
of that station wagon was unbelievable. Jim, above and beyond, I pay $0 down and $0 per month. Jim, there's something to be said for that, and I decided I was going to do that. I was just going to when I lost my business and didn't have and had to really economize it. I didn't want to make car payments or anything, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to buy a POS and I just keep it running. I don't care. I was kind of a low point in my life where I didn't give a shit about anything. So I bought I found this, and I thought it was a good one too because it was from a friend of my son's. It was one of those deals, where, oh, this is a great car. We know this car. It's like, $3,000 I just paid cash for it. It was a Ford Explorer. It was probably 10 years old at the time. I didn't have that thing not a month when the transmission failed, and they wanted $3-4 just to fix it, and yet it's still rad. So that's when I leased my first Hyundai. This was back in 2010, and the new Hyundais, the new Sonatas with that new body style had just come out, and remember they just kind of took over.
Wait, the Honda Sonata
car
that
market.
looks like the Jaguar, when it
Yeah,
grows
the
up.
Hyundai Sonata.
I had one of those.
The newest one, the 2000. It was a 2011, but I was doing it in the fall of 2010, and that was one of the few times that I ever put any money down on a lease. Now, when they tell you on a lease, they'll lease it to you for $200 a month, but they want $4,000
Yeah, I hate
a month.
that.
Well, yeah,
They
but
want
you
the
see,
4,000 beginning.
no, they'll lease it to you without the 4,000.
They'll
add
just
another
incorporate
120.
it.
Add another 120, but remember, $30
Right.
per thousand of value. So you don't want to buy the capitalization down by 4,000.
Paid in the lease.
$120. So the $200 a month lease becomes $320. They don't
Right.
care. They don't
No.
need the money up front. That's not why they want the money. They have those deals so they can make it sound cheap.
Right.
So I went in there, and the price that he offered me was like $279 a month with $3,000 down. So I said, take trades? He says, what do
Traded
you
the
got?
three.
I said, got this Ford Explorer right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so there went the Ford Explorer with the, and asked me if I had a guilty conscience about fostering this Ford Explorer with the bad transmission on these guys. Not in your life. As many times as I've been screwed over by car companies, it was,
I did that to my
they
mother-in-law.
just junked it.
I traded
They
in a
junked
car
it.
that just broke down at the dealership with the trans.
They don't care.
They took it.
They'll junk it. They'll sell it off at auction.
They took it.
They're not. So I had that thing for about a month, and that was about it. And that was my attempt at doing what Jim said. Have a car that you don't have to make monthly payments on. I learned a couple of times in my life, the hard way, that when I lease a car, number one, it's a brand new car. Number two, it's always under warranty.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Mitch.
I'm never going to keep it long enough to run out that warranty.
Do you claim it as a business expense? Because that's where I heard
I don't-
leasing a car is the best.
Well, it all depends. No, I don't claim it as a business expense because
Okay.
if you're a self-employed person or a small business, the best way for you to get paid back is to claim the mileage. You just tell them how many miles, and it doesn't matter whether you own it, you lease it, you rent it, you stole it. It doesn't matter. You stole so many miles
52
equals
cents
such
a
tax
mile.
savings.
Yeah.
It just makes it so much simpler since they started doing it that way. So actually, leasing it, I could if I was a bigger business, had a
Right.
fleet of leased vehicles. And looking at the numbers, it paid to write off the actual cost of the lease as opposed to the mileage that was driven. But in my case, I just
Jay
write,
Bird says,
A police
buy an
interceptor.
old police car.
That's a
Oh.
Crown Victoria, a police interceptor.
that's
Those are nice.
fun, man. You get an old Crown Vic and paint
I
it up
bought
so
one of
it looks
those.
something like a police car.
They get out of your way. I bought one, and I
They
used to
get
drive
out of
the
your
left
way, they
lane, and
slow
used to
down, they
move.
look at you. Yeah, that happens to
Tinted
me when I'm
windows.
riding my motorcycle. My motorcycle is blue and white and looks like a police motorcycle.
And all you need is the.
And
you
I
don't
got
need
a white helmet with a
Okay.
visor, and it's amazing. When I get out on this thing, they get out of the way for me.
People get out of the way. It's fun.
Yeah.
It used to be.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Now if you got a Chrysler or a Dodge Charger or something like that with tinted windows and it's
Yep.
black, everybody
Oh.
thinks you're a cop because
Yep.
all the unmarked cop cars look like that.
Those are nice too.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be fun.
What were
So
you
that's,
driving that
that's-
you crashed, Art? I'm sorry, Mitch.
Oh,
What
that
did
was
you crash?
a 2004 Taurus.
Oh, okay. The new Tauruses are actually nice. The police use those also. I don't know what they cost. I have no idea. Get a
Well,
2-year-old car. A 2-year-old car.
was-
Please.
I'm going to go with either Toyota, Honda, or Subaru. Because
make-
they
I mentioned
run.
something about Subarus. If you get a Subaru, Subarus are all-wheel drive. And from what I understood, if you get a flat tire on one of those tires, you have to change all of them because it affects the differential. So be aware of that.
Oh,
Or at least the front two.
did not
Really?
know that.
All-wheel drives, it affects the differential. If you change one tire and it's not equal
Right.
with the other ones, it
Right.
throws stuff off.
Mhm.
It's expensive.
Jayberg's got the idea. You get a white Ford Explorer.
I like the new Tauruses.
No,
The,
I
the,
had
Maz-
a-
the
like
Mazdas are nice.
like what OJ had, like OJ.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a Bronco.
A Bronco,
That was a
Ford
white
Bronco.
Bronco.
Ford
Yeah,
Bronco.
Yeah.
yeah, that was a Bronco. That's right.
Several years ago, I had a coworker who was he was from Germany, and he had a thick German accent. And he said, "I buy Ford Explorer." And said,
Exploder.
"Exploder? You got an Exploder?"
That's funny. That's funny.
And
Mitch, I'm going to call my back. I have to straighten out my back. I'm sitting too long.
All right, Carlos.
oh,
I'm sorry.
okay.
That's,
An
that's
hour and
okay.
45
we're
minutes,
gonna
I'm
probably
here.
call,
Yeah.
we're gonna call it here pretty soon because I'm kind of I'm
Yeah,
I'm
you look
kind
a
of,
little
it.
tired there.
Yeah,
Mitch.
I am, and I got to take. Believe it or not, I got to go take the second one of these pills. So.
Yeah, and you're dreading that moment.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'll
Yeah.
probably sleep.
Just
I'll probably
saying.
get a. I'll probably
See
get
how
a
it
great
goes
night's.
with the glass of scotch on the rocks.
Yeah,
get a nice
probably
little
get a
buzz
great
and then
night's
go to
sleep
bed.
tonight too. Yeah, I'll get a good night's sleep tonight. Watch
Yep.
Ken Hearn, go smoke a cigar, try not to set myself on fire.
Ooh.
And,
Do you feel pain now from that bite still or no?
A little
Just
bit, just a little, just
discomfort.
not much at all. It's almost it's
Good.
finally calmed itself down.
Oh,
yeah,
where,
but,
it got you on the lower back?
on the back, yeah, right.
Oh,
The
ouch.
the bee was. Evidently, I must have got in and trapped it between me and the seat, pissed it off
Oh.
something fierce.
Yeah.
And I got 10 minutes down the road before the thing finally stung me.
Oh.
And I didn't know it's a yellow jacket. I didn't know it was a bee.
Yeah, it sucks.
I felt like somebody took a big hypodermic needle and just jammed it in my back. I mean, you know how that feels?
Oh, yeah.
That pain, yeah. I'd never been stung by a bee before, so I didn't know what it felt
Oof.
like. And then it hurt. The pain would not stop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I start rubbing it, and then the area of pain starts spreading out. I said, "This ain't right. There's something serious." That's why I went to the urgent care place. I don't go to doctors. I told everybody at the beginning of this thing, if you remember, I said the last time I went to the emergency room for anything was 2 hours into a kidney stone
Oh.
attack. And
Yeah.
and
You told us
it
that
took
story.
two-
You were on your hands and knees. You called your
Hey,
son.
I
or
was
something.
on the kitchen floor, on the tile floor in the kitchen, puking my guts out in pain. It
Right.
was the most excruciating thing.
Ugh.
They compare it to childbirth, but if
You wouldn't
childbirth
know.
hurt this much, no woman would ever have children.
Well,
And I've heard from women who've had both say
I'd
kidney
rather have the
stones,
baby.
hands
Yeah.
down. Well, one guy put it very, very logically when he said, women a year later they're ready to have another baby, but I don't
Yeah.
know a man who's
That wants
ready
to
to have
have
another
another
kidney
stone.
stone a year later. Yeah.
Good point.
yeah. Well, you
Oh, there I
know,
am,
one
puss.
thing you could have done on that bee sting is take an aspirin, kind of crush it a little bit, and just rub it on the spot where the sting.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. That's
Well, I have
one of
some
the remedies
I have some analgesic cream which will work.
There you go.
Like a bacitracin kind of thing.
But no, it's not that bad. A couple hours, right? In fact, during this stream, the pain has gone down considerably. So
Good.
I think I'll be okay. It's not that big a deal, but
It's from our charming
I thought-
personalities, Art.
I had no idea. I had no idea what it was, or even if I had been bitten. And that's what was screwed, because the nurse, when she first looked at it, says, "I can't see any place where it looks like you were stung." She said, "I don't see any marks. Just see a big red spot." She said, "Have you had shingles?" I said, "Oh shit." I said, "No, I haven't had shingles, but I had the vaccine for it." I
Yeah,
said,
my
"But
roof
this is
done."
not shingles." I said, "This is not shingles. This is because I felt the sting. I felt it. You know, I said, you wouldn't.
Right.
That's not shingles. Wouldn't just come on, but one pain in one spot like that."
Yeah.
So then the doctor came in and he said, "Oh yeah, you were stung." I said, "I'm just concerned that it was one of these brown recluse spider, something venomous. That's why I'm here, because the pain kept getting more and more and bigger and bigger."
Yeah.
I said, I thought maybe there's a stinger stuck in there that needs to be removed, and he said no, but we couldn't figure out what it was. And then Art, the guy says, did you look at your car seat to see if there was anything on it?" I said, "No." When I got out to the car, I looked down on the car seat, and there's a dead yellow jacket sitting on the car seat. So I was very relieved to find
Yeah.
out that now I know what it is, what it was. So I went back in with the dead yellow jacket, and I told this earlier, and it was kind of funny. I had it wrapped. I folded it up in a piece of paper, and I walked back into the receptionist, and she
Made her
she
jump.
looks up like, what are you doing here again?" I said, "I put the thing down on the counter, opened it up, and I pointed to it." She almost had a heart attack. The dead yellow jacket. I said, "I found this. So what I want you to do is tell the doctor that I found what bit me, and make sure that the prescription he wrote is appropriate." Because he
Right.
wrote a prescription for something, and I said, "I want to make sure that." And then she came back out and said,
Clear.
"Yeah, he said that he suspected that's what it was, because there was no stinger, and yellow jackets do not leave
Yeah.
a stinger behind." So anyway,
Yep.
And he's better.
all right, Carlos,
Good night,
I'll
sir.
let you go.
Thanks for
relax your
letting
back.
me join your stream. Feel
Take
free
care,
to reach out
Okay.
anytime
And-
you have a question about our that stuff.
Project. Well, Sunday night we're going to do a little bit of it. Sunday night we'll play
Cool.
around with it.
Thanks very much.
I've been okay.
Go ahead.
My pleasure.
You would.
All right, buddy. I was going
All
to
right.
say I'll probably do a little bit on it before Sunday, but
Okay.
I've been very busy.
Not a problem. I'm in a rush.
With all the computer work I do for my daughter. County
I'm honored
governments
to have
are-
Mitch
are-
work on it, so it's worth the wait.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Good night, Jay
Yeah,
Bird.
you did
All right,
Good
good
night,
job
Art.
on
Good night,
mine.
Mitch. Take care.
Take care.
Good night, Carlos.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
Good night, Carlos. And Art, may as well call it here. I got nothing
Okay.
else really exciting to talk about. It's 10 till, and give me a chance to
Yeah.
relax a little bit before
I went
watch a
down
little
to the
against.
courthouse. I think I was there 10 or 15 minutes.
Really?
And I mean, I just got inside the door, and they kind of make you stop before the metal detector, and they've got a laptop there. And you got your mask on, and then the lady came out with the paperwork and said, well, we got this, and we could plead it down to defective vehicle. The fine will be $190. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. And I kind of thought that was what they were going to do, that they would plea bargain it down because, it cuts down on the procedure. They
You're
wham
right.
bang
They
get
do
done.
not want to. First of all, they don't want to fill up the courthouse waiting room full of people
Yeah,
wearing masks, because one of those gets COVID,
yeah,
and next thing you know, they're suing the city for basically
That's
corralling him into a room full of. So they're doing a lot of things, I'm sure, right now to minimize their exposure and their risk.
Yep.
About putting too many people together in a closed space. So thanks for coming in, Art. You don't even have
All
to
right.
wiggle your way out tonight. I'm letting you off the hook in plenty of time to have a nice drink, eat some dinner, and then you can settle in to watch Ken's show. Say hi for me. I'll watch, but I never chat in there because it goes by so fast. Nobody sees it anyway.
All right.
All right,
Take
my
care,
friend.
and I'll see you Sunday for sure. Oh,
Okay.
Saturday. Don't forget Saturday, and
Yeah, I'll
Art's
see you
Place
Saturday night.
will be back on Sunday. We got
Okay.
a lot to talk about on Sunday.
I may Sunday. I'll still have a couple of these pills left, so I'll probably be able to take it without getting too pissed.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Take care. Good night.
Okay. Thanks for coming in, Art.
All right.
And
Good night.
there it is. Okay.
Viewer discretion is advised.
That's the one I should use for Art. Right there.
In a world, go where no man has gone before. Viewer discretion is advised this summer.
Got one more. There you go. Next time, guys. That's what Art's going to get. That whole string of sound effects before he comes in. I am punchy tonight. All right, thanks for coming in, everybody. Had a nice little show. Appreciate it. For those of you that hung around with me, Steve Carpenter's still here. Agent Kay, good to see you. Pete, see you out at the field, hopefully this weekend. I'm probably, if I'm not too punchy from this drug they gave me, I might go out tomorrow morning a little bit. Carlos, thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate the help. Jody, always a pleasure. Paulie, Russell, Joe, Jaybird. Who else we got? Jaybird. Man, Jaybird's broke the record. Got 10 in a row. Jim, thanks for coming in, Jim. Good to see you. I think that's about it. Russell, Gilm. So I'm sure there were some people here earlier that have left, but as always, I appreciate you guys coming in, and I enjoyed myself, and I got to go take my other pill, light up a cigar, watch Ken Hearn for a little while, and go to bed. So with that being said, I'm going to play myself a little bit of exit music here, and let me make sure I pick my correct exit music. Here we go. Take the rest of the day off, everybody. I will see you around the chat rooms and live streams, and see you Sunday night on the FPV workshop, where we will start to work on trying to turn Carlos's drones into pristine, flyable, wonderful drones. And you'll get to see how we do it. So take the rest of the day off, go play with your own drones, and I'm going to turn it over with that to my trusty sidekick, Spank, the monkey. Say goodnight to the people, Spanky.